A man has gone on trial in a Swiss court charged with the forced disappearance of 3 Belarusian opposition figures 24 years ago. Yury Garavsky was arrested after giving an interview in which he said he was part of a secret police hit squad which abducted and shot political rivals of Belarus leader Alexander Lukashenko in 1999. Little was known about the fate of the disappeared until now. Our Eastern Europe correspondent Sarah Rainsford reports from St. Gallen in Switzerland.
Yury Garavsky doesn't want the world to see his face, afraid the secrets he's sharing in this court could put his life in danger. He's confessed to being part of a hit squad in Belarus that made members of the opposition there disappear.
Anatoly was my father.
Valeria's father was one of them. Anatoly Krasovsky was a businessman, abducted with his politician friend 24 years ago. They were never seen again. On the latest anniversary, a small crowd gathered with Valeria to remember. Many were recent arrivals in Europe, fleeing a new wave of repression back home. Valeria still has no grave to visit, just a tree planted in her father's memory and a lot of questions.
You don't know actually, is he alive, is he dead? If he is dead, what happened exactly, where is his body? You cannot just close this chapter. Still, I'm confronted with the disappearance of my father, and every time I have to talk about him, every time I have to think about him, I feel very sad. And I guess that's normal. But I do want to feel lighter.
Her hopes are now riding on Swiss justice, on this remote region where Yury Garavsky turned up seeking political asylum. It's where he's now standing trial. In the 1990s, the men he's admitted abducting were prominent opponents of Alexander Lukashenko. The authoritarian leader of Belarus was often met by protests in those days, but the relatives' demands for the truth were always blocked. But Yury Garavsky now says a special forces unit he belonged to was responsible. I tried asking him why he turned whistleblower, but he refused even to catch my eye.
It's like what's called pahod.
Years on, Valeria hopes this trial can be a starting point in the search for justice, not the end of it.
Back then it was already known what happened, and it was already known that all the ways lead to Lukashenko. But yes, he remained in power, and he is in power still. You know, it's an awful crime.
It is also a reminder that the crushing of dissent in Belarus has deep and very dark roots. Sarah Rainsford, BBC News in Switzerland.